Hi friends. So in the earlier chapter we have learned about grep, sed and awk command which makes Linux more powerful with their feature and with their supported option. So I am hoping you are clear with this in the earlier chapter as we discussed. So ensure to practice them as well by using more and more features. Uh, Try to make some script with those and try to practice them. Okay. Of course, you can go and find the help on man pages or internet if you find something difficult. Okay. Now let's move ahead and go to file archiving and compression thing on Linux. Okay. So I will move on my Ubuntu VM. I'm on my Ubuntu VM. I'm on my desktop. So before discussing this, I will give an example here. Suppose if you are going to market for some groceries, okay, and you have different stuff in there. So how you are going to collect them all together? So you are going to collect them all together in a bag, right? Similarly, if you have different of files, whether they are of same type or different type, and you are going to collect them in one file. So in Linux, we call it as creating a tarball. Okay, tarball, tarball. Okay, so that's helped in providing data here and there. Also, the file archiving and compression are good for backup. Suppose if you are creating a tar file and you can make it save everywhere else. Suppose you do not want to share all the files one by one to any person, and you so what you can do, you can create a tarball and it you can hand it over to them. Okay, if you have bunch of data, you don't want a separate folder and you want to store it on a single repository. So how you can do that? You can create a tarball and you can store it them here. Okay, so let's move forward. So for create, hope you have understood the concept behind tarball. So I have three of my files here. So these are only txt. You can of course have different kind of files here. So let's see what's their size. So they are 89 bytes, 87 bytes, and 91 bytes. Means they are approx every all of these things are approx 90 bytes. Okay. Now let's create tarball for these three files. Okay. So of course you can see the man pages for tar if you want to find anything difficult and you want help in something. So you can go ahead and check bunch of options in here. Okay. So it will tell you all the options. So for creating a tar file, what we can use? We can use tar. I will use option C, means hey, create a tar file. I will provide option V. Of course you don't want this, means you can provide this. So basically it's for verbose, means whatever it will whenever it will create the tar, so it will be verbal to you and it will tell you that hey, I got these files and I have created this tar file in there. Okay. And what's the file type? So I will give the tar file as F file, and let's give the tar file our name when it so our our archive dot tar. Okay. And of course I have these files, so I have to put my files here also. So I will use secret1.txt, secret2.txt. So instead of doing this, what I will do, I will use wildcard characters, so 123.txt. Okay. Hope we are clear. So that's C option. We are telling that hey, create a tar file. V means verbose. Of course, you can mention or you don't. If you want, you can remove it. And F means this file should be. It is type of the file. Okay. Okay. So if I will hit enter, so it's saying that secret one cannot state no such file or directory exiting due to previous error. So okay, I think it was unable to find something in here. Okay, I think I didn't provide space in between. Okay, so there was in space in between, right? So what I can do, let me rename those. Okay, I am again back. Let me go to the previous, and if I will hit enter, so due to verbose is given us our thing. Okay, in the output that hey, I have taken these three files and created your tar tar file. Okay, so if you will see the file type. So let me see the list. So first let me see ls. So the tar file is represented by red, okay, and the white one are files, and blue ones are directories, okay. Now if I will ls option l, so if I will see, so this was of approx 100 bytes, then this was of 100 bytes, and this was of 100 bytes, right? So these were of approx 300 bytes, okay. But here it has, it is telling that it was approx of 100 bytes, okay. So how it becomes so much larger? We just stored three of these, right? So how it becomes, so suppose if you are carrying a bag for a grocery purpose, so the bag is also having some weight, okay. So the tar file is having this much size because it will also collect some metadata or something related to it internally, okay. So that's why it has that much of memory, but with the help of compression we will minimize it, okay. So first let's see the file option, file our archive.tar. So what's the file type? So it's a POSIX tar archive, okay. And we'll discuss about GNU thing. It's basically a project, so we'll discuss about this in later section. So let me clear the terminal. So you have seen the file type. Now let me clear the terminal. Now if you want to see what's the content, what is in without archiving or compression or decompression, it how you can do that. So I will use tar option tf and then our archive.tar. So it will tell you that hey, these folders are in this tar file. So you did not extracted it, but you point out that hey, these are the files in there. Now if you have created the tar file, if you want to delete this, how you can do that? So I will delete these files. I have deleted this, right? So if I will list my content, so there is only tar file in here. Now if you want to extract them, so how you can use, so what you can use, so in here you have created cvx, right? Now you don't want to put these things because it will extract it, and instead of cvf, so instead of create I will give option to extract. So I will tell you extract, then be verbose, and the, and we are having the file type of f file type, okay. Now if I will hit enter, so you can see all these things are there, okay. Now if I will if I will still see the tar tf option, so it still has this kind of thing. So okay, so it's still having, it's still containing this thing whether we have extracted also. So basically what it is doing, it is carrying a copy of the contents here and you are using it. So the tar file is very useful for creating backups and maintaining backups, okay. Now if we are clear with this, let's move ahead and let's learn about compression, okay. So the compression by default comes with the two techniques. So first one is gzip. So first one is gzip compression technique. So this one is basically less compression, but it's fast, okay. So it will basically compress a bit less. So it has a compatibility of compressing less, and but it will faster. Similarly we have bzip. So it is it will compress more, but it is bit slow, okay. Now let's understand this. So I have this tar file, our archive.tar. Now if I want to create a compression, create a tar.gzip file, so how I can do that? So I will give option like gzip, okay, and then our archive.tar, okay. If I will hit enter, so you can see we have another, so it has created this file to our archive.tar.gzip, okay. So if I will list the content, it's still in red. Now it has changed the extension also. uh, has it changed our file type also? So let's see, file our archive. So yeah, it has changed also, and it is gzip compressed data, and the original, and it was original tar, okay. So it has, it's the compressed gzip. Let me see the size. It has the size of 273, okay. So 9 threes are 27, and yeah, it's compressed a bit lower, okay. So basically the compression also depends on the types of data, what kind of data you have. Now you have your compressed tar file. Now if you want to unzip it, how you can do that? So just with this, I will just use option G unzip. Okay, Z unzip or archive.tar.gz. Okay, so if I will hit enter, so it's given our tar back. Let's compress with our bzip option. So what I will do, and I will do with the bzip 2, and then our archive.tar. So it has created our bzip file. Okay, now if I will list, so now it has compressed more. Okay, so here it should be less than the gzip, but it's more. So basically it depends on the type of data. So if you have bunch of data and there are main data, so basically we have only some text, so that's why it's behaving weird. But gzip is less compression but fast, and bzip is more compression but it is slow. Okay, in the background it might be processing bit slow. If you want to unzip the bzip, so how you can do that? So I will type b, and then I will type on, I will just add unzip to. Okay, so if I will do that, okay, okay, I didn't provide bz2, bz2. Okay, so it has unarchived or uncompressed our data. Okay, also you can create zip files. So zip files are very useful and very supported in Windows like OS. So if you want to create zip file also, you can create that. So what I will do, I will give option zip, and then our zip file dot zip, and I want to paste secret 123 dot txt. Okay, so we can create the zip file also. So if you will see our zip file dot zip, so you can see that it is a zip archive data. If you want to see the contents, you can see that. Okay, so it has basically less than these things, basically less than our tar. Okay, so we were creating our tar file, and then we were archiving it, and we were compressing it, and then we will decompressing it, right? So how you will do all these in a single step? So how we can do that? So let me delete this. Let me delete this. Okay, now let me clear the terminal. Okay, now how I can create a gzip compressed data and then I can unzip it also, I will tell you. So for creating, what I will use options. So earlier we used tar option, then cvf. Okay, and then we were using option our archive.tar, right? And then we were providing our options secret 123 dot txt. Okay, so in here if you want to do all these in a single step, like create a tar and then create a compressed data, how you can do that? So let's suppose you want to do that by zz option. So how you will do that? So on here, so it will create a zzip file. So I will give the extension like tar.gz, and then in here if it is by zzip, then I will use option z here. Okay, so if I will hit enter, so you can see that it has done here. Okay, how you want to compress the data by using bzip? So the extension is bz2. Okay, so in here you are not intermediating the tar file, right? So in here instead of j, I will give option j instead of z. Okay, so here I am following option bz compression technique. So if I will hit enter, so it has given also. Okay, if I will take option, so you can see now gz option is also there. Okay, so you might have seen that earlier the bz2 and the gz file were bit larger. So why it is happening? Because in here we didn't take tar file and it is not storing the metadata about that. It's just taking and creating. Okay, Now if you want to extract it, so how you can do that for extracting the gzip? So here you were using CVZF, so you just need to option use XGZF, and in here you don't want to provide that. Okay, let me delete this. Okay, so it will create the file. Similarly, if you want to extract it by using BZ2 option, so how you will do that? So for extracting it, I will, instead of C option, I will give option X. Okay, so I'm hoping you are clear with the compression techniques and archiving and compression in Linux. Okay, so yeah, we have practiced with the files also. So yeah, that's it for this lecture, and in the next lecture we will learn how you can compare the files with the difference method by default found in a Linux. Okay, so till then, take care.